Allergic rhinitis details. Allergic rhinitis. About allergic rhinitis. Allergic rhinitis is inflammation of the inside of the nose caused by an allergen, such as pollen, dust, mold, or flakes of skin from certain animals. It's a very common condition, estimated to affect around 1 in every 5 people in the UK. Signs and symptoms. Allergic rhinitis typically causes cold-like symptoms, such as sneezing, itchiness and a blocked or runny nose. These symptoms usually start soon after being exposed to an allergen. Some people only get allergic rhinitis for a few months at a time because they're sensitive to seasonal allergens, such as tree or grass pollen. Other people get allergic rhinitis all year round. Most people with allergic rhinitis have mild symptoms that can be easily and effectively treated. But for some symptoms can be severe and persistent, causing sleep problems and interfering with everyday life. The symptoms of allergic rhinitis occasionally improve with time, but this can take many years and it's unlikely that the condition will disappear completely. When to see your GP. Visit your GP if the symptoms of allergic rhinitis are disrupting your sleep, preventing you carrying out everyday activities, or adversely affecting your performance at work or school. A diagnosis of allergic rhinitis will usually be based on your symptoms and any possible triggers you may have noticed. If the cause of your condition is uncertain, you may be referred for allergy testing. Read more about diagnosing allergic rhinitis. What causes allergic rhinitis? Allergic rhinitis is caused by the immune system reacting to an allergen as if it were harmful. This results in cells releasing a number of chemicals that cause the inside layer of your nose, the mucous membrane, to become swollen and excessive levels of mucus to be produced. Common allergens that cause allergic rhinitis include pollen. This type of allergic rhinitis is known as hay fever, as well as mold spores, house dust mites, and flakes of skin or droplets of urine or saliva from certain animals. Read more about the causes of allergic rhinitis. Treating and preventing allergic rhinitis. It's difficult to completely avoid potential allergens, but you can take steps to reduce exposure to a particular allergen you know or suspect is triggering your allergic rhinitis. This will help improve your symptoms. If your condition is mild, you can also help reduce the symptoms by taking over-the-counter medications, such as non-sedating antihistamines, and by regularly rinsing your nasal passages with a salt water solution to keep your nose free of irritants. See your GP for advice if you've tried taking these steps and they haven't helped. They may prescribe a stronger medication, such as a nasal spray containing corticosteroids. Read more about treating allergic rhinitis and preventing allergic rhinitis. Further problems. Allergic rhinitis can lead to complications in some cases. These include nasal polyps, abnormal but non-cancerous, benign, sacs of fluid that grow inside the nasal passages and sinuses. Sinusitis, an infection caused by nasal inflammation and swelling that prevents mucus draining from the sinuses. Middle ear infections, infection of part of the ear located directly behind the eardrum. These problems can often be treated with medication, although surgery is sometimes needed in severe or long-term cases. Read more about the complications of allergic rhinitis. Causes of allergic rhinitis. Allergic rhinitis is caused by an allergic reaction to an allergen, such as pollen, dust and certain animals. Oversensitive immune system. If you have allergic rhinitis, your immune system, your natural defense against infection and illness, will react to an allergen as if it were harmful. If your immune system is oversensitive, it will react to allergens by producing antibodies to fight them off. Antibodies are special proteins in the blood that are usually produced to fight viruses and infections. Allergic reactions don't occur the first time you come into contact with an allergen. The immune system has to recognize and memorize it before producing antibodies to fight it. This process is known as sensitization. After you develop sensitivity to an allergen, it will be detected by antibodies called immunoglobulin E, IgE, whenever it comes into contact with the inside of your nose and throat. These antibodies cause cells to release a number of chemicals, including histamine, which can cause the inside layer of your nose, the mucous membrane, to become inflamed and produce excess mucus. This is what causes the typical symptoms of sneezing and a blocked or runny nose. Common allergens. Allergic rhinitis is triggered by breathing in tiny particles of allergens. The most common airborne allergens that cause rhinitis are described below. House dust mites. House dust mites are tiny insects that feed on the dead flakes of human skin. They can be found in mattresses, carpets, soft furniture, pillows and beds. Rhinitis isn't caused by the dust mites themselves, but by a chemical found in their excrement. Dust mites are present all year round, although their numbers tend to peak during the winter. Pollen and spores, tiny particles of pollen produced by trees and grasses, can sometimes cause allergic rhinitis. Most trees pollinate from early to mid-spring, whereas grasses pollinate at the end of spring and beginning of summer. Rhinitis can also be caused by spores produced by mold and fungi. Animals. Many people are allergic to animals, such as cats and dogs. The allergic reaction isn't caused by animal fur, but flakes of dead animal skin and their urine and saliva. Dogs and cats are the most common culprits, although some people are affected by horses, cattle, rabbits and rodents, such as guinea pigs and hamsters. However, being around dogs from an early age can help protect against allergies, and there's some evidence to suggest that this might also be the case with cats. Work-related allergens. Some people are affected by allergens found in their work environment, such as wood dust, flower dust or latex. Who's most at risk? It isn't fully understood why some people become oversensitive to allergens, although you're more likely to develop an allergy if there's a history of allergies in your family. If this is the case, you're said to be atopic, or to have atopy. People who are atopic have a genetic tendency to develop allergic conditions. Their increased immune response to allergens results in increased production of IgE antibodies. Environmental factors may also play a part. Studies have shown certain things may increase the chance of a child developing allergies, such as growing up in a house where people smoke and being exposed to dust mites at a young age.